Hello Internet, Johnny DL here, welcome to Wednesday, and today I'm doing another one of those random sort of videos, and I thought I would talk about some TV stuff. Recently we've had a new Doctor Who, and it's been quite an interesting series in so many different ways, and since it's now like, 4 days until the finale, I'm gonna try and sum up what the whole thing means to, what the whole series has sort of done to me in terms of the franchise. The whole Peter Capaldi is a very dark Doctor in so many different ways. He's a bit more of a mystery than anything in recent years. He's older than anybody in recent years. There is no sort of sexual aspect to Peter Capaldi's character, which is so good because it means that you don't have to worry about constantly getting involved with characters in a way more than he should. And yeah, they've still got romance in the series by having Clara and Mr. Pink, but I'm quite glad that the Doctor is just the Doctor and not a love interest in the story. Although it does, the story does really start with the Doctor making a point about previous versions of himself, as those were sort of boyfriend figures for some of his companions rather than just friends, and that is something I never thought that the show would do. It would be so self-critical in that way. Then from there we had some rather interesting stories. I think where I first sort of thought the best storyline, was a really good storyline for this series, was the one with Are We Alone, and is there something in the shadows? Is there something under the bed? That was a storyline that sort of captured everything about Doctor Who, the one-off stories that sort of make a Doctor, and that whole storyline, it gave us an insight into Clara, it gave us an insight into the Doctor, it gave us an insight into Danny, it gave us quite a lot, and it caused an awful lot of grief, but it did set something straight. It did tell us why the Doctor was the Doctor, in some ways, that it's okay to be scared. In fact, scared is a superpower, which is why he liked getting himself into danger, and all sorts of different things. And moving on, we had a couple of stories with all sorts of different things, but I'm going to skip over those because there's not a huge amount to say. But I am sort of this last episode, I thought, with Missy and the Nether Sphere, I thought was interesting. I still would like to know what's going on with the other characters that have died, because there have been other characters that have died over the series. Are they still in there or not? and how long has the Master been at this, and is it only people that have died in on Earth, or has the Master been following around the Doctor, picking up the Doctor's enemies to make the Cybermen even worse? Sorry, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch the episode, that's gonna sort of ruin stuff for you. Yeah, oops. So yeah, I would really like to see what they're gonna do in the last episode. I think it's gonna leave a lot of unanswered questions, but overall, I'm gonna say this is probably my second favourite Doctor out of the new set. I think Matt Smith was absolutely brilliant, and Amelia Pond was one of the better companions out of the series since Christopher Eccleston. And yeah, it's something that is going to be a bit controversial, because I know a lot of people like David Tennant, but actually he's right at the bottom of my list, because I still think that Eccleston was better than Tennant every day of the week. Tennant had a couple of good companions, but no, it was Eccleston that made it all the whole new series possible. And yeah, there was too much loving from the 10th Doctor. So yeah, I'm going to find out, well, we're all going to find out what's going to happen next on Saturday, so I'm going to keep looking forward to that. So yeah, that's it for this Wednesday. I'm sorry I've sort of rabbited on. I do quite like where this series has been taken by Moffat, and some of the elements that were just said in other shows or other episodes, which have now been categorically confirmed because they've happened. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way things are going with Doctor Who at the moment. So yeah, that's everything. Links in the description as always. Johnny DL out.